for him. But what's the way ahead for him essentially from here?
See, it was all expected. There were really no surprises. Around Friday, Saturday, when even the Supreme Court refused to intervene, it was well known that today in the morning at 9 o'clock, Madras High Court will say go ahead with the General Council meeting. It was only the General Council meeting. And as OPS and everybody else knows, Palanisawmy, EPS, the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, had an overwhelming majority in the 2,445-member General Council. So there's no surprise. It's also no surprise that there was a clash. It's also no surprise that OPS is now sitting in AIADMK headquarters. All this may not be according to script, but it was all expected that this is what will happen. Now, the alternatives and the route which will probably be taken by OPS. He will go to court. He will say the meeting did not properly call him, the meeting membership was all false, and it will go on to court. Then the next step will be who will get the symbol. That's the biggest, that is the crown of legitimacy. Who will get the symbol? Right away, far away in Bombay, you're seeing the same fight between Shiv Sena, two factions. Who will get the symbol? It is not the buildings, it is not the money involved, the symbol. Therefore, OPS will go to court and go to the election commission. He will say, I have so many members. He has already said he has got 1 crore of members with him, workers are with him, etc. So we see it headed again to court, to the election commission, freezing of the symbol, and both parties will probably be given separate symbols temporarily. It will be a long drawn-out affair to finally give legitimacy. Who is the AIADMK of Jaya? So right now it's all according to script. Yes, initially, in a minor way, major way, EPS got the advantage because a majority of the General Council members have anointed him acting General Secretary. In the AIADMK and DMK constitution, the General Secretary is the most powerful person. So he has got that in an acting capacity. So you can't say he has won this battle, but the war will go on. It's not going to stop. And don't forget, Sasikala also is behind. Now she's behind OPS. And of course, the DMK is none too happy that Palanisawmy is getting the upper hand because he is the more powerful figure right now among the masses in Tamil Nadu, having been Chief Minister for 4.5 years. Very successful tenure. So you can't say court, election commission, and the fight continues.
Mr. SS, if you could come in, do you see this as a minor advantage or the game turning around completely? Also, if you could throw some more light on what in your view is going to be the way forward for OPS. Do you see him joining hands with the long-term rival Sasikala, because they've been at war for the longest time, but this kind of a political situation, do you see things turning around from here on?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said in the previous session. It is a mild or a edge to Mr. EPS, but this is a long-drawn battle. This is not going to come to a close sooner or later. But in the past, similarly, when Madam Jaya and Ms. Janaki Ramachandran had a similar issue, and when the symbol was frozen, the successor was identified by an election contest through which Jayalalitha won 35 seats or so, and Janaki Madam won about 1 or 2 seats. So that was a clear indicator as to which the party, the party wants the person to lead, and so are the people. I guess a similar situation can probably bring the tussle to a closure. That who is the real leader? As per the constitution of or the bylaws of the ADMK, it's the cadres who decide on the leadership, and both these leaders at the moment are not the people who have been elected by the cadres. So this thorn is definitely going to haunt both of them. So the only way forward is to have a fair election in the party to identify who is the leader that the party wants them to lead, and so will be the people of Tamil Nadu will probably accept them as the future leader.
All right, Mr. JVC, would you want to come in on that? Because, every time things settle down as far as Tamil Nadu politics is concerned, a new ball is thrown in, and that's exactly what's happened today once again.
I think the matter has come to a conclusion is what I would say. Yeah, there could be some legal issues, but I don't see a major legal battle. because the General Council has selected. We all know that the cadres are with Edappadi Palanisawmy. I do not really see why people have doubt, because he was the one who led them to the alliance to 75 seats and party itself 166 seats, and it was under his leadership. He gave 4 years of governance. People were solidly behind him in spite of 10 years of anti-incumbency. So I do not see any kind of a contest as far as the leadership question is concerned in the AIADMK. Mr. OPS also knows. In fact, he is putting his last fight today. That's it. He doesn't want to give up. You know, it's a symbolic fight he's putting across. And he is using the last dice to probably support. Because district secretaries are with Edappadi Palanisawmy, the cadres are with Edappadi Palanisawmy, the General Council with the Edappadi Palanisawmy, then what else? Even if they go to the election commission, I don't think the symbol is going to be posted. I think MLAs are with Edappadi Palanisawmy. And there is only one Lok Sabha MP, which happens to be the son of Pannerselvam. So majority of MLAs, you know, out of 66, probably 63 or 64 of them would be with the AIADMK led by Edappadi Palanisawmy. So he is going to be the leader. Today he has become the interim general secretary. It is only a matter of months before he gets elected as the general secretary of the AIADMK. A solo leadership would haunt the DMK, and he is supposed to now lead the coalition against the AIADMK. A strong BJP with a presence, massive presence in southern region and northern and western region by Mr. Edappadi Palanisawmy would certainly give a nightmare to Mr. Stalin. And I don't see there are rumors floating around that Edappadi Palanisawmy will go with Congress, will go with communists. These are all rumors. I don't see anything happening. The alliance is going to stay strong, and Mr. Palanisawmy is going to stay strong. And as long as the speaker before me spoke about, as long as the two-leaf symbol is there with Edappadi.
So in a sense, the decision that the General Council has reached today also reflects the sentiment of the AIADMK cadre at